Well, I got interrupted, so this is part two of random jabbering of the shop projects. Um, Out of random circumstances, me and Dad redid a 5.7, 5.3, 5.7. This one of the modern Hemis in my sister's '03 truck. Before we sent it packing, well, we ordered an engine tech master rebuild kit, and it came with two boxes for the top end. So I have a box of gaskets for a Hemi that I don't have use for, and just random looking. But 2 years ago, been keeping it a secret since I found it, but I haven't figured out how to make it work. Um, so I'm just gonna share. I was looking at a gauge on the shelf. I got so much crap on an old gauge. Just random, because I seen the one guy, a few guys, do those LS heads on a 300, which I guess is okay. I mean, I don't exactly like how they get it done. So my brain was thinking and just randomly. I said, what the hell, and I grabbed that Hemi top end kit and I laid the gaskets on my engine, my 300, and see, I'm gonna pull one of them off. This is what I discovered. I mean, I don't have it perfectly lined up right now, but I mean, the bore spacing looks perfect. The bolt holes almost match. Coolants line up. There's no steam holes, but they almost could work. Well, you wouldn't use this part of the gasket. You'd have to trim it somewhere in here. It's kind of almost there in a way, I guess. It'd probably require a custom head gasket, which I would think you'd just have a custom head gasket made, or use a 300 one. Yeah, probably just use a 300 one. I mean, they hang off just a bit, but I think all this could be removed or tucked in so it actually fit better, fit tight against the block. But like I said, I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how to make the push rods, the lifters and the push rods, actuate the rockers on a Hemi head if it was flat, because the Hemi cam is so high up in the block compared to these other V8s. That Hemi cam is like right here, so the Hemi valve train is almost parallel, so that the push rods pass through the head, and I can't figure anything because of the raised spark plug tubes. It would have to be some kind of overcomplicated mechanical linkage, or some kind of dual overhead cam. And then when we get to that dual overhead cam bit, it's like, why bother with cutting two Hemi heads off? Let's just find a 6-cylinder dual overhead cam engine, like the Skyline engine. Toyota has one. Why don't just find one of those and do that and make it fit? Even some of the Europeans might be easier to cross over. So it's like, unless you build some kind of weird ass long rocker, or make some kind of mechanically tied together linkage. But then there, that's just overcomplicate stuff. So someone really needs to make an aluminum head for these 300s. 300s. I really wish someone would make an aluminum head for the internationals, which someone did make an aluminum intake, and those suckers are expensive now. Yes, I smoke. But that was just a random thought of the day. Here, I'll grab this other gasket and throw it up there. But that's what it looks like. Not perfectly set up, so give me that. But a random shop discovery and thought. So, ow, I just ran into that engine. I need that 4BT on the floor a little bit ago. That freaking hurt. Oh, I got stuff everywhere. What is that? What the hell is that? I don't know. I gotta work on some stuff. I'm gonna need that. So bring that over. I have to measure protrusion on all these. So yeah, I gotta measure how far they come out and then work on. I measured it once on one of them, but I don't remember. Oh, I gotta work on I gotta check the IDI's protrusion too. So I gotta check all of them. I want the IDI, the 6.9 here, to come in at about I was planning on shaving the pistons, but I don't want it to come in at 21 or 22.5 to 1. I don't want that. I want it to come in around 19.5 to 1, 19 at the lowest, I think, or it's just going to be a dog to start. But at 19.5 to 1, it should be able to take quite a bit more boost. Because my cam is not like the R&D cam that bleeds off compression. The R&D cam is quite a bit different. Never had one in my hands. I'm just going based off that. I honestly think my cam is the same one that Russ gets. But not 100% sure. I think it is, but not going to argue about it. It's whatever. To each their own on the cams. These brass freeze plugs are so dang pretty. I'm almost thinking that I need to get a set for the 300 and knock out the ones I painted over because they weren't even leaking. Or leave it. I don't know. I think I might knock them out and get some brass ones. If they make brass ones. They should make brass ones for it. What else? Oh, let's unbox this thing. Why not? I haven't looked at it yet. I'm going to turn my torpedo heater on because it's getting cold in here. So excuse the noise, but I'm turning this sucker on because I'm cold. My fingertips are starting to get cold. I could put my coat back on, but it's gonna blow right over where I'm standing too. Alright. So I'll set you guys up. Oh, sweet. So, get the greatest gloves, but some gloves are better than no gloves. Oh, propane regulator. Okay. Whoa. Alright, okay. So, first off, man, that is a rough hole. Big old bunch of insulation. This is literally just a cooking pot that they modified. Look at that. Alright, not terrible. Oh yeah. Just a cooking pot. They welded some feet on. Welded a hole in. Yeah. This is just a cooking pot. Or was. Okay, so got a brick. More insulation. No idea. I'm gonna have to read the destruction manual. Alright, got some Teflon, brass fittings and clamps, 2 nipples. Alright, got a crucible. I'm assuming it's graphite. Now it's got a bunch of graphite on it. Not bad. Oh. God. Fuck. Little mold. Can't think of the name right now. Alright. Got 2 of those. Ingot. An ingot mold. Am I right? So, all insulation in here. Probably something I shouldn't be touching. Not bad. There is a backstory of why I got this for Christmas. It's quite funny. I mean, it works. It will work. But the real... What the fuck is this? I have no idea what this is. Let's see it. Check out the destruction manual. Oh. Some kind of lighter extension. So I'm guessing okay. Yep. It goes down. Okay. We're not going to assemble this today. Not happening. But why I even brought it up is because I have saved something after a few unpleasant people, I should say, in the International Harvester community. Did not like that I was working on. And I'll show you here in a second. They threw a royal fit and threatened to sue me over it. And I was like, 1, 2 or 3. One of them was really adamant of being an asshole. And the funny thing is, he's being an asshole to me about something he doesn't want me to make and he don't make. He just wants to be God, king of gatekeeping and keeping stuff away from the good people in the international community. And it's kind of pathetic, in my opinion. These people are losers. And depending on how this goes, I think I'm going to go around them. Like 2 international themselves and talk to them about it. So we're going to shift this back on the bench. So that's going to be fun for later, but I'm going to clean up my trash. So, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to leave you guys here. This, I haven't even cleaned them. They need cleaned off. I just did them and then put them away because I wasn't going to deal with the people. Well, let me get them set out. But I was planning on melting down aluminum, or some. I wanted to use aluminum, and on some of them I wanted to use a aluminum copper blend. I don't remember what it's called, but it looks like gold, kind of like gold. I wanted to use a better metal than they were made from the factory, and now that I got this one, I mean, it might be a little bit better than the one I made, because I did make that stuff. I don't know. I could run them both at the same time and see. But, and I'll just show you what these are. So what I did was I made silicon molds of original International emblems and a few Chevy Love excuse me emblems, and then in them silicon molds I casted paraffin wax mixed with a little candle wax, because the paraffin wax was really brittle and candle wax made them a little more flexible. Blended wax. So I did all that, and I made a bunch of copies. And then I casted these. I mean, the wax residue needs cleaned off, which that might do as soon as you pour the metal in it. They are dirty. They're disposable though. If I wanted to, I could make dozens upon dozens of these. I figured out how to do it really quick. But I got 1200s, customs, but I was going to make emblems that were heavier duty than the factory ones that aren't really available. And a few people didn't like that. So they threatened to sue me and all kinds of shit. So yeah, that ended that real quick because I wasn't going to deal with it. It was like kind of like, fuck y'all then. But I might, just playing with this, I might just make myself use these bad boys up, make myself a bunch of emblems for my shit. And all you guys, and when everybody hits me up, some, I'm going to just send them right over to the people that threatened me and tell them, well, these bastards threatened me. But like I said, I made my own one too. I made it everything. I was ready to go. Just got the tools under there and everything, but I just quit. But, oh, my grinder, cord went bad, and my butt learned from my father, if you got an old vacuum, cut the cord off of it. And I have a bunch of them. So when the cord went bad, I wired in a 25-foot vacuum cord. So now I don't need an extension cord to run my grinder. It's awesome. So there's a little tip for your grinder. If you have a bad cord on it, don't just throw it away, fix it. I don't throw shit away here, I fix it. But, my Purdy granite surfacing plate. Somewhere in there is the spec at how flat it actually is. And it's flatter than I could get anything. It could be flatter, but it's flatter than I could get anything. And it's flatter than what I used to do this. To clean this one up 2 or 3 years ago. Which I'm going to go over it too. Just a little bit more to get it really nice. Then I got to go over this one. This, I might be taking a lot of material off, like decking the block. The IDI is just to touch up the surface. The Cummins just touch up the surface. And when it comes to the IDI pistons, they come off the rods because they're pins. They're floating pins. I'll probably be setting this up on the bench and then taking some off the top of the piston because I don't have a lathe yet. I haven't bought one and I haven't built one. But I have been seeing some homemade lathe videos. I might jump into the bandwagon. Kids, gray hairs, kids, and baby mamas. I might jump on the bandwagon and I have one to be jumping on the bandwagon. I've seen a couple videos of old popular mechanics tools being made, like a press and that, which I thought was a good idea. So I might dig in and see if there's like an old popular mechanic home-built lathe from like a tranny or something. Because I transfer case in my Travelall is actually technically the guts, the main shafts, and the input and output, and that of two trannies, or two transfer cases. It's a new process 201. I took two new process 201s and made one new process 200, basically. Or no, it's a 202. No, it's a 201. So I got two outputs on the back. So I have an upper output and a lower output because I couldn't get my drive shaft angles right. So the front shaft is run off the front drop. Why don't I just go show you why I'm yabbing about it? It's right out here in my refurbished shed. Alright, check this out. We'll be quiet. I'll have to come back for that bolt washer. So this is Master Chief. And don't mind the mess. I have to organize that because this is a storage shed. Alright, so let's get under here. So there, if you can see it, there's the rear, there's the front, and up here's another input, or another output. So, I got an awesome video. I put an electric drill on a stand with an adapter or a socket driver and a big socket, and ran it on the nut for the yoke on one side. Put it in high, and then just locked the handle down on the drill at high speed, and then machined with a grinder and some files and that. Machined this. I cut the end of the shaft off because it was an upper shaft that had a PTO, so it had to be shortened, or it'd be out here. I machined it using a grinder and file as it spun from the drill. So that was a good fun thing, and it worked. It's pretty. I was able to tap the shaft with a tap by hand. I built a big old tool to do it, but I was able to tap it and it cut the tap and threads beautiful. So it's fairly accurate. But I need to get, this is what the 392 is for, because the 304 in this has oil pressure problems now, and it's ticking. So the cam bearings are going. I built the doors for the shop too. Bronco here, my 86 Bronco, and this thing, my 88, 89, are going to become one. I'm going to cut the front of the Bronco off. Well, I'm going to bullnose swap the entire front end on this thing, and take the bed off, and modify the doors and drop a Bronco body on the back with no firewall in it, and then work out the rest. And it will be I get away from here. It'll be bigger than a regular 4-door Bronco, because there'll be a 6-inch. There'll be like a 4-inch space between the doors, and the back doors will be full door length, but squared off. See if you. That front pillar for the wing will be stood up, and then that whole front edge will be squared off of the door. So it'll be a full size door instead of what the 4-door caps have, which is a 7/8 door. It's either a 7/8 or a 3/4 door. I think it's a 7/8 door. So it'll have more interior room and then 3 rows of seats. But yeah, that's what the 300's for, because the 5.8 that's in that thing with the automatic gets horrible mileage, is a gutless turd. Yeah, it's bad. So the 300's going in there, little hopped up 300. I think I'm gonna run the economizer carb on it. I know I'm gonna build a header. I think I might build an intake too, because I don't like the way the Offhausers run and all them run. I'm gonna do something different. Throw the box under here. So 392 is for the Travelall. The IDI's for Dad's 4-door long box 350. It's a 350. It's got to be a 350 because it's a solid axle. I have a 44 solid axle as a 5-lug that I just need to figure out the brakes. And I'm going to be right back.